Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Thursday, November 30th, 2023. Your host, Lance Brock here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today on this fine Thursday morning. Just a quick programming note or reminder, whichever you want to call it, that there is a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic now available right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or wherever else you listen to 360 Wrestling Podcasts app that's now available. And on this Thursday morning, I just wanted to talk about the Continental Classic Tournament, which is now moving along in All Elite Wrestling. It is officially underway. And if you saw last night's episode of Dynamite, it was announced that on Saturday, December 2nd, will be when the AEW Continental Classic continues with 3 huge matches. We will have, representing the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli taking on, honoring the House of Black, Brody King. Andrade El Idolo will have his first match of the tournament, taking on Daniel Garcia. And Bryan Danielson will face off against Eddie Kingston in action from the Blue League. And that is set for Collision December 2nd in Erie, Pennsylvania. And as of right now, in my opinion anyway, since I am such a big Bryan Danielson fan, I'm also a huge Eddie Kingston fan. But to be honest, I am fans of everybody in the tournament, but especially Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston. I would probably say in current pro wrestling right now, Danielson and Kingston, 2 of my all-time favorite pro wrestlers, easily. Like I said, out of current pro wrestling, I think, especially Danielson, working this match with a broken orbital bone. And like I heard this mentioned on Post Wrestling about it, was where he just went from just within seconds he was in wrestler mode, and then the next second he was back to commentator mode, calling it right down the middle. And he was just great, like he always is on commentary. Even going back to when he did the Cruiserweight Classic, the first one, when he did commentary for that with Mauro Ranallo, I thought that he was a great color commentator. And I remember even thinking at the time, because that was when his career was in question, and it honestly did not look like that he was going to be able to return to in-ring action. At the time, I was actually thinking that I would like to see him become a regular commentator on either Raw or SmackDown every week. And also, at the time of that, when he did that great commentary on the CWC, was when he, around the time anyway, of the first episode of Talking Smack, which I'm sure most of the hardcore wrestling fans like me remember, which was hosted by Bryan Danielson and the remarkable Renee Paquette, which he cut this, which most people believe, unscripted promo on The Miz, which at the time was something you definitely did not see. It was around the time when the network first started, Peacock, whichever you call it now. It was when that first started, and they were doing the kind of live post shows and after Raw and SmackDown each week, like the SmackDown Lowdown now and Raw Talk. And Bryan Danielson definitely stole the show on that episode, cutting that awesome promo on The Miz, which I believe it is still available on WWE's YouTube channel, I want to say. I'm sure you could probably find it on the WWE Network YouTube channel. I believe they have. I'm sure it's easy to find in case for some reason you have never seen that promo. One line I remember, and I could have this wrong exactly, but I think he said something like about how he was talking about how he was working injured all the time and working hard. He said you can go back to high school gyms and bingo halls with all your independent buddies. Like I said, I might not have that exactly right, but I want to say he did say something like that. And just a great promo from Bryan Danielson. Definitely, at the time, probably one of the best things Bryan Danielson has done, cutting that promo on The Miz. And that is all for this Thursday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in today. Had a pretty good show, I thought, today. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And as we continue watching the Continental Classic tournament from AEW, I do hope to have a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic tonight, talking all about Impact Wrestling on Honor Club and Ring of Honor on Honor Club. Sorry, did I say that wrong? Impact Wrestling on Access TV and Ring of Honor on Honor Club. Hope to have a new episode up, but just in case I don't, I do apologize in advance. I hope everyone has a great Thursday morning. Until then, have a great pro wrestling day.